In this tutorial, we're going to do a workflow all about rewarding customer engagement. And so we're going to go through together a really great way and a good example to start rewarding your subscribers or your customers based on their engagement with your messages. This is a really cool way to start, working with and thinking about how you might use the scoring feature and how that could really help you keep track of engagement with your subscribers and then what you could do about it. And so yet again, I'm going to choose to start my workflow via the subscription method here. Now remember, you can start your workflow with lots of different of these conditions that you see here. Probably a very common way to get going and start out is with the subscription condition, which we'll start here. So don't forget, remember to specify with your subscription condition selected to go over to Properties and specify if it's a particular form, landing page, import, API subscription, you want to just specify it. I'm going to continue to operate under the assumption that it is my web form that I am going to want to start this workflow with. And so again, I'll say it in different tutorials if those of you out there are watching multiple of these. So you'll hear it from me a couple of times, but I'm operating under the assumption that you already have your assets like web forms, landing pages, newsletters, autoresponders, anything like that you're wanting to include in your workflow, that you already have them created. You're certainly free to create the bones or the outline of your workflow with the different conditions, actions, and filters, and choose Save and Exit, and then go about the account creating your different assets like forms and landing pages and messages, and then coming back and editing your workflow and adding in the proper assets into the properties for your different elements that you've got. But again, for this tutorial, I am assuming that you already have your assets created and we can go ahead and add them straight into the workflow here. So with yet another disclaimer done from me, we've gone ahead and set this up for subscribed via the specific web form. And now, yet again, I would like to send a message to everyone who signs up via this web form. So I'm moving over the send message action, connecting it to the subscription condition, and moving back over to properties to specify which message it should be, which is of course this welcome email. I would like to go ahead and welcome these subscribers who sign up via this form. And then I also want to start tracking if someone has opened this message. So I'm going to move over the message open condition, connect it to the send message action, and with this element highlighted, moving back over to properties, and I want to specify, of course, which newsletter, which would be our specific welcome email. So I want to see if this message was opened. Now something I want to bring up down here and it is actually how long do you want to wait for an action. You want to make sure that you're always choosing the option for some time. And we've pre-filled it with this default here of about a day and a half because we've done some research and can basically see that 99% of subscribers who are going to open your message or click your links will do it within the first day and a half. And so you want to just specify some time. You can, of course, change this to any day, hour, or minute you would choose. But basically, leaving it as forever or choosing forever means that we would be waiting forever to someone not click, right? So it doesn't really make sense to wait forever for someone to not click in this specific case. And so for the cases of, checking if someone opened a message or clicked a link, just make sure you choose for some time and specify a given time here for us to wait to see if someone's ended up going to click or open a message. And so that's another disclaimer from me about the for some time method. So try and remember that, you guys. And so we've dictated that here. And so now if someone did open this message, I want to give them a score. So I'm moving over the score action, connecting it to the yes connector here. In the properties, I'm going to add 10 points to every subscriber who actually opens this message. And for the subscribers that do not open this message, I'm going to give them a score, or actually take away points. So I'm going to take away points here in properties, so they're going to get a -10 score. And now I want to further test or check in with my subscribers and see if they're actually clicking my links. And so once I've done the add 10 scoring points, I want to check a condition or add yet another condition of link clicked. And I'm just going to make this be any link in any of my newsletters. So maybe they're subscribed to a few different campaigns or, they're getting some different messages from me. So I'm not going to specify necessarily did they click an email in this welcome email, but just have any of these subscribers clicked any of my links. And so if any of them have, and oops, yet again, maybe I should probably choose for some time within a day. And so again, we could specify the link here if we wanted to, or just any link within the next day or so. That's totally fine, but remember to choose for some time. And so if anyone does happen to click a link, whether it's in this email or maybe a different one that they might get from me, I'm going to actually give them some more points. So I'm going to add yet another 10 points to these subscribers. So they have 20 points, which is pretty good. And now for those who did not click, but they actually did open, I'm going to actually just enable a delay here. And I'm going to do a delay at this point for all of the different groups. So you can see that we've got these 3 different groups. We have a group here that's kind of veering off to this side that has 20 points. They're my most engaged subscribers because they opened my message and they are clicking links. So they've got 20 points here. And I've got the second group here going this way that actually opened a message, but they didn't click. So they have 10 points. And then I've got the third group here that was signed up, sent the welcome email, and never even opened the message. So they've got negative 10 points. And so I'm going to initiate a delay. I'm going to do 3 days delay for my totally kind of inactive contacts there. So you can see I just moved over the delay filter here and connected it to each applicable score or kind of branch here. And then I'm going to send specific messages to each of the groups. So over here with my most engaged contacts, I'm going to send a message, connect it to this delay filter, back to properties, and I'm going to choose the mailing 20 scores that I have set up. And we could say this is going to be like a discount for one of my products or, a discount off of, a monthly subscription to my service because, I want to reward the customers that are actually really engaging with my mailings. And then I have those ones who are actually opening but not clicking. I want to go ahead and send them a message as well. So connecting it to this branch, which is the mailing 10 scores, to thank them for being a subscriber, thank them for opening the message, checking in with them, maybe giving them a free download or something. That's acknowledging them, as opening, as, being there, taking in our content, but hopefully trying to get them a bit more engaged. And then I'm waiting 3 days just to give those people who did not initially open my message a bit more time. And then I'm going to send them a message back to properties, which is going to be the negative 10 score, which is hopefully just checking back in, making sure that they do want to receive emails from us. They did sign up, of course, via the form, and then providing them with some good information, just kind of encouraging them to engage with your messages, hopefully sending over some helpful and useful content to them to get them re-engaged. And so you can see this is a very, simple example, but a really, good application of making sure that you're tracking signups, welcoming and nurturing your leads, and then rewarding customer engagement. So tracking open, tracking clicks, and actually using points to be able to keep track of those customers who are really engaging with you and be able to kind of really specify and start working with your list based on their levels of engagement. And so yet again, you remember, this is our finished workflow. So if we're ready to start, we want all of this to actually start happening. We just have to click Save and Publish, and then our workflow will be on, and it can start, doing its magic.